Hey yo everybody, it's Andrew Whipple with The Plagued Gamer, and today we're going to be looking at FTL, or Faster Than Light, from Subset Games. This is a Kickstarter project. They originally started out asking for $5,000, ended up with $200K. So let's dive in and see if it's worth our time. So FTL is what's called a roguelike, and it's a genre that prides itself on permanence, exploration, and repetition. Now, before you go crazy and kill yourself or something, understand that it is a good kind of repetition. Every time that you play FTL, you can earn different rewards like new ships that change the experience completely every time. And since each play session takes anywhere from 15 minutes to 2 hours, jumping into and out of FTL is a breeze and well worth your time. With this repetition theme, the function of FTL is to get to the final sector. It doesn't matter as to how. And on your way, you're going to encounter randomized events that both serve as the core gameplay and story of the game. Alright, so that might be a little confusing, but just understand that you're carrying vital information that needs to get to here, Sector 8, and you're being chased by the rebels this entire time. But by staying too long in a sector, it's one of those high-risk, high-reward situations. Alright, before we do anything else, hold on. Listen to this music. Each sector is made up of randomized events, and they can be from anything like a slave trader trying to bargain with you, or maybe absolutely nothing. You can't know what awaits you out there, and as you complete these different events with your extensive collection of ships, you're going to craft your vessel into something unique every single time. Scenarios have the capability of providing choice that you have full control over. Now the cool thing about them is, let's say you run into the same event. Well, you have the power to change that depending on what you've done. Let's say you pick up a crew member along the way, or maybe you run into a weapon. Well, a choice will be highlighted in blue. That just means that each play session, you want to change up your strategies. You don't want to build the same way every time. FTL works so well because it's about how you manage what the game throws at you. Nothing is ever guaranteed and everything is permanent. That's why the feeling of elation is at its highest when maybe you run into that burst laser you were hoping to find. Or maybe you find a crew member to replace one that you had lost. And that leads directly into one of the game's central focuses, combat. Leading my soldiers aboard the prestigious ship the Dreamlandian, Kirby, Meta Knight, King DDD, they all provided me with... What? Hey, don't judge me. I can name my ship what I want. As you lead your team into battle, you can target enemy systems specifically. So if they're trying to get away, disable the engines. If that missile's giving you problems, shoot the weapon systems down. Or if you're like me and you want their ship intact so you can take everything from them, you can target the crews and cut them down. Where do you think you're going? Whoop! Dead. Whoop! Dead. Yeah, that's right. Whoop! Dead. In all seriousness, the combat is extremely satisfying. Having the ability of where to shoot what feels great, and that sense of being boarded by the enemy or watching as fire spreads wildly throughout the ship is unparalleled. Now there's a whole lot going on here, and we haven't even talked about the upgrade systems yet. With everything you do, you'll earn scrap, and out here in deep space, scrap is king. Now you can significantly increase the combat readiness of your ship by dumping scrap directly into it, but you can't forget about fuel, ammunition, and other necessities to keep you afloat. Your crew can even be upgraded if you keep them at their stations. For me, Hakeem Nicks became the master of all weapons eventually, and gave me a huge weapons bonus. Hey, I said I could name them what I want. With multiple playthroughs, you'll run into races all with unique characteristics. For instance, there's the mysterious Zoltan that can power systems that are offline just by being in the same room with them. Then there's the Rock, which are these massive creatures that are immune to fire and have huge hit point pools. And then there's the Slug, which are telepathic creatures that can sense enemy movement even if your sensors are down. The amount of depth in this game is just tremendous. The only real thing I dock FTL for is that sometimes you can run into the same events far too often. One time I ran into the same event 4 times in a row. Also, if you're looking to unlock specific ships, it can be pretty annoying when the specific events and things you need in the sectors just straight don't show up. But these are minor complaints that are tied to an incredible game. For $10, you can throw yourself into one of the most immersive games of the year. Subset has really surprised me with a very addictive game with some real longevity behind it. Go ahead, give this one a shot.